Hello, everybody. My name is Calvin.
And I'm Jessica.
And welcome to our very first podcast. We decided to put a podcast together because we have a ton of stories to share. Some good, some not so good. But we're excited to share those along the way. Yeah, we're going to attempt to do this podcast and hopefully everything goes well. The first thing we want to talk about is how we met. And so our kind of story. And I figured that'd be a good kind of first podcast to kind of tell everybody that doesn't know who we are and how we met. So, yeah.
So it was in the middle of the summer and we were about to start college and we went to SAU Tech and they had this orientation day where you go and you sign up for classes, you learn a little bit more about the school. And so we both drove down separately. We didn't even know each other to Southern Arkansas. And when we were waiting in line to sign up for classes, we just happened to be sitting close to each other. And Calvin was just like doodling on his little folder or whatever it was. And my friend Natalie, who came down with me, and Kayla came too, she reaches over and she says, "Tell him you like his TV," because he was sketching at TV. And I was like, "No, you tell him." And so she told him, and he's just like, "Yeah, thanks." Yeah, and she's like, "Show him your fairy," because I did like this Photoshop fairy, because we were both going to school to be graphic designers, and I was like, "Oh, I don't want to," but I showed him. And what did you think of that?
Yeah, I was not impressed.
Yeah, you didn't act like it.
Yeah, I did quite a bit of Photoshop work before, and we both did Photoshop work because of a program we were in, East. They kind of gave us, the tools to play around with that kind of stuff while we were still in school. So, yeah, I was like, it's fine. It was cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was like the first time we met each other. And, it was really interesting. What did your mom say whenever y'all left?
I don't remember. She said something like she liked you or whatever. It's like, "Ooh, look, there's cute girls at the school."
Yeah, but he couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But whenever we started school on the first day, he brought his girlfriend. And I thought that she was his younger sister.
A couple people did.
Yeah. But, whatever. He was really very, focused in on having a girlfriend. He couldn't be bothered by anything other than school, being a successful person, and being a good boyfriend to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah. How do you think the first, week of school went?
Yeah. I mean, it was good. We went to classes. Everything felt kind of repetitive. I'd learned everything before, but it was the first, first week. So I was like, okay, this is fine. Mm-hmm. And then there was a lot of activities for new students, which I don't feel like they did any other year besides that first year we were there that I noticed.
Yeah. I mean, we were only there for 2 years, but it seemed pretty really activity heavy when we first got there, and then the rest of the time we went to school there was meh.
Yeah, which I tried to do a bunch of activities, but they had volleyball. I remember we all went out there and played volleyball.
Oh yeah.
And I can't remember exactly what happened, but this girl that I had seen before, Jessica, came up to me and gave me her number, but just so that she can get my roommate's number.
Yeah, I was a go-getter. I didn't like to wait around.
Yeah. Well, I was like, ooh, the girl wants to give me her number, but, that wasn't for me.
Yeah, it turns out I kind of, I didn't really like Calvin very much when we first met.
Yeah, I was kind of, I try to be a lot better now, but I was really big-headed. I thought I was better than everyone else. But
Know it all.
But I'm better now.
Yeah, way better.
I've gotten to the industry and know that I'm not the best one out there now.
Yeah. I would say that me and you were competition between each other.
Definitely.
We were always trying to one-up each other, and I was just not interested in anything he had to say, honestly.
Yeah, our skill sets were pretty even throughout school because we had East, before we went. So we were definitely each other's competition.
Yeah, but because of that, I think, we got assigned to each other, or we ended up working on projects a lot together because we felt like equals. And we both loved photography at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And we would go on photo shoots together and take pictures of each other and practice and stuff like that.
Yep. Purely platonic. So.
Oh, yeah. That's the funny thing. I remember how me and Calvin interacted with each other before we became, a couple. And honestly, he was strictly business. He wasn't a flirty type. I mean, I've seen him flirt every now and then, but it's very innocent. But yeah, he didn't want to flirt with me, and not like I was trying. I kind of didn't like him anyways. Not at first.
Yeah, but somehow we still went out and did stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I remember this one time we went. I used to take photos all the time, and there was me and this guy that were supposed to go to New Orleans, somewhere in New Orleans.
Monroe. Yeah.
Monroe. That's right.
Louisiana.
Yeah. We were gonna go down there, but for some reason everything didn't work out, and you were invited, and that guy was supposed to go, but then he backed out at the last minute, and it was just me and you, which was weird. Awkward. So I drove down there with her, thinking that when we stopped, she was going to help pay for gas, but apparently not. But yeah, we had fun. We went down there, took a couple photos, and looking back at them now, I really like them.
Yeah, honestly, in my defense, which isn't a good defense, but I always thought, which this is so backwards. But, whatever. This is what I thought when I was younger. I always thought that the boy had to pay.
Well, yeah, but we were going to go take photos together. I don't know.
Terrible. I'm not like that.
We weren't dating or anything. It's hey, you want to go take photos? Yeah, sure. Halfway there, it's okay, I'm going to fill up in gas. Do you mind spotting $10? And it's forget that. The guy pays for everything.
That was so terrible. I'm so glad that I'm not like that anymore, and I apologize to anybody who had to experience that. I was always the one to buy stuff whenever I was in high school for my boyfriends, and I guess I just was nope, I'm over that. Boy has to pay, which, not good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I pretty much pay for everything now, so.
No.
Yeah, well. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah. I would say that we really bonded during those photo shoots, but it was really just it became a friendship.
Definitely.
And then finally I realized that Calvin's a pretty good guy, and so I apologized for how much I didn't like him and how much I showed that I didn't like him.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty mean.
Not mean, but definitely not nice.
Definitely not nice. How about that? I'll go with that.
I didn't bully you or anything.
No. You just weren't nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we became friends after that. We still did projects together. And then I remember, I used to go ride my bike all the time. And we would go out, me and that guy that we were going to go take photos with, would go and ride. I feel like I had a pedometer and it said 20 miles. And I don't know if that's true. I feel like I'm over exaggerating, but 20 miles, nearly every day, a couple times a week at least. And we would do that. And then I would be so exhausted. And I also hated doing laundry. And then you hated cooking. Yeah. And then we made up this like deal where if she did my laundry, I'd cook her a meal, and I don't know why. I just didn't want to do that. And I was like, yeah, I cook anyway. Might as well cook for two people.
And I hated cooking so much.
Yeah, well, she still does.
Oh, yeah, I do.
And yeah, so she did my laundry, and I cooked for her, and then we hung out then. I was also an RA at the school, so I had to go knock on everyone's doors, and after I did my rounds and everything, there was like a, what was it called?
It was like a common area.
Common area. They had a pool table and stuff like that. We would hang out in there and talk and stuff, too, so. Yeah. I guess that's how we got to know each other a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was really interesting though. The beginning of our second year in college, some things happened. Do you want to go into that a little bit about you and?
I mean, we broke up.
Yeah, him and his girlfriend broke up, and at this point, I had decided that I liked him.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's a free man now. Oh, yeah. I have a chance, and I don't want to miss it. He's a good guy.
Yeah, it was like 3 days after I broke up.
There was a long-term relationship.
Yeah, we had been dating for 2 years, and 2 or 3 days after we broke up, I was like still heartbroken. And then Jessica comes in and it's like, hey, do you want to hang out? And she comes in there for like 5 minutes. And then she sits across the table from me and it's like, hey.
This is so embarrassing.
So I just want to let you know that I like you. Like, I like you. And she's like, you don't have to say anything right now. But I just really wanted to let you know you're a good guy. And I just wanted to put that out there. And then she stumbled out my front door.
I fell and I started crying.
Yeah, and I was like, what is going on?
I was like, I told him I liked him. And then I was like, what did I just do? Abort.
Yeah.
Mistakes were made, but, he didn't say anything the whole time. I just, fell out his front door.
Yeah, of course, I was shocked. I was like, what are you talking about?
This is coming out of left field. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, it did make me feel a little bit better. It's like, hey, someone does like me.
Yeah, so, wait a minute. Was I your rebound?
Sure. No, I don't know. It's just like, You liked me, and which we never really officially started dating. I don't feel like.
No.
After that we took photos together again, like a couple days later. It was like a couple days. And I don't know if you went home or I went home or something in between that, or.
I went home. I think
you went home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it had been several days, and then you come back, and I'm still like. What? But I mean, we were still friends, so I still wanted to hang out. And so we went and we were like, okay, we're going to do photos. Mm-hmm. Was it the photos or the movie first? I think it was the photos.
The movie?
Movie.
We didn't do a movie.
In my room.
Oh, it was the photos
first. Photos first. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So we went, we were like, okay, we're going to take some photos, but either one of us had an idea for face paint. It's probably you.
Oh, it was probably me. We've done it before. We had done it before.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, we did some face paint photos before, and it looked really cool. And so I think you suggested we take them again. Mm-hmm. And we go outside to paint our faces. I think you had just painted mine first.
Yeah.
You had just painted mine. And then I had a hammock in the back, and Jessica was sitting in the hammock and had a chair. I was pretty close to her, and I was painting and stuff like that. And I had to paint her eye, down her eyes and her lips and stuff. And I was just doing whatever, just trying to make something look cool. And then I was like, I don't know what. I was like, you know what? This would be a good moment to kiss her for some reason. So,
I mean, I had already said I liked him.
Yeah. So I start. I mean, I'm painting and I'm acting like I'm getting real close. And then I go in, I'm about to kiss her. And then one of the neighbors walk outside and I move back real fast. I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good. I think we got it.
I was totally in on that. Well, I was like, oh my gosh, is he going to kiss me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is he going to kiss me? No, he wouldn't kiss me. And then the neighbor comes up, and when he pulled back, I realized at that moment he would have kissed me if that neighbor wouldn't have came up.
Yeah. Well. But anyway, we got done. We're like, okay, we're done painting. That's over. And then we took some photos of each other. And we got some really cool photos.
Yeah.
I really like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're actually... I just got to segue real quick. This podcast is actually going to be on YouTube as well. So you'll most likely see it on YouTube first, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
So if you're on YouTube, I'll go ahead and put a photo up over here so you can see those. Because I think they turned out really cool.
Yeah.
So we took those photos. And, they mean a lot to us. Because that was like our first kind of like hanging out together where we both were like, we're kind of interested in each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Then a couple days later, I was like, hey, do you want to watch a movie?
Oh, yeah. The movie.
And for some reason, I decided there was 2 different movies I wanted to watch. And one was Black Swan, and the other was 500 Days of Summer. And I don't want to ruin those movies for you, but let's just say they weren't the greatest movies to watch with somebody that you had just told you liked them and you were trying to like get close to a little bit. So that was really interesting.
Yeah, I honestly don't even remember what movie we watched. Was it Black Swan?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because I don't really remember the other one. I don't know. So that's probably it. So we start the movie up. I had a futon in my room, and we just sat on there. I think we had a blanket, maybe, or something like that. And then we're watching the movie. I don't remember how long the movie had went on, or whatever. And then, I don't know if you were trying to get up.
Yeah.
She was trying to get up. And her, hand touched my butt, and it freaked me out for some reason. I was like...
He just stood straight up and was like, what are you doing? And I was like, that was an accident. I just, put my hands down on the futon to, help me get up.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're touching me.
You're touching me.
I apologize if that made you uncomfortable.
It traumatized me for life.
Definitely was an accident.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
But, I mean, the next day, that movie led into our first kiss, so...
I don't remember our first kiss. Huh.
I think you were trying to tickle me, and...
Oh, okay, well that sounds weird. I went to go tickle her.
It was very interesting, but yeah.
Yeah, I was probably, I don't know, goofing around or whatever, and it probably just happened. Was it in my room still?
Yeah, we had just watched a movie on your futon.
Another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I said 2 movies at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I guess the first movie didn't work, so she was like, we're going to watch another movie. I've got a plan in my head, and that's how it's going to go.
Well, yeah, so, yeah, I think that I did not know what happened. I don't know what happened at all to make me...
Okay, I'm going to stop that real quick.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't happen again. Learning experience, first podcast. We're trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that. But, yeah. So, where were we?
So, after our first kiss, it was clear that maybe I had a chance. So...
Maybe.
Yeah. We basically acted like we were friends still, but every now and then, he would grab my hand or, sneak a kiss.
Mm-hmm. Like a creepy guy. You're making me seem like such a creepy guy.
We were both interested. It was fine.
Grab your hand.
No.
Sneak a little kiss.
I was probably giving you signals. Come on now.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, we would be remember that trip to Little Rock that we took as a class? And then we were had our class all walking.
Oh my gosh, the time I lost my wallet?
Yes.
Wow.
We were low key flirting and holding hands and stuff when no one was looking. But I'm pretty sure that our teacher turned around and seen us. And we're like, oh, we didn't do it.
Our teacher wanted it to happen, though.
Oh, yeah, she wanted it to happen.
She liked
so
both
bad.
of us, so
yeah.
I think she knew it was right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were flirting, obviously, and then I think I remember doing a cartwheel. There was this big open grass area. I did a cartwheel. Yeah, of course, trying to show off. And then I get back home, and my home was like 30 minutes away from there, or an hour, 45 minutes.
It was like 45 hours.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, where's my wallet? And I remembered exactly where it was. And I drove all the way back to Little Rock, and luckily it was still there in the grass.
Yeah, it was just in the middle of the grass.
I think I had cash in the wallet too, or something like that.
Yeah, and nothing was stolen.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we liked each other.
Mm-hmm. We started posting photos where you could tell, like, there was some chemistry.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me, or actually, no, I remember your mom starting to like a lot of my photos on Facebook. Hi, Melinda, if you're watching.
She knew what was going on, and she wanted it to go on. She would tell everybody, apparently she would tell everybody, like, when they would meet, like, for Sunday lunch or whatever, like, hey, have you seen this girl? She's cute. I think they should be together. All this stuff. She's so amazing.
Yeah.
Little did I know. Everyone was planning it but me. I was just like, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah. Everybody in his family pretty much loved me before we were even together because his mom told them to love me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
She chose me. I was the chosen one.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we officially, like, I think we went to my mom's, and we hung out there, and then we went, to
the fair.
Oh my gosh! Wow, we went and climbed Sugarloaf in Heber Springs, and then from there we're hanging out, we're taking photos. I think we took a photo of like a butterfly that went up that high.
Oh my!
We were like, oh my gosh, it's so high. And then being all cutesy, and then we went to the Arkansas State Fair.
Yep.
By the way, we're from Arkansas. If you haven't been able to tell so far.
We went to your mom took us to the corn maze. I had never been. That same weekend.
Was it the same weekend?
It was during, like, close to Halloween, like, early October.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to a corn maze. I think we did a hayride maybe.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. Okay. I've been to a corn maze quite a few times. Is that when the cop showed up at the house afterwards?
Oh, no.
No, it was a different time.
That was a different time.
Okay, different time, different story. I lost my wallet again. That's all it was. He was returning my wallet. Or let me know my wallet was gone. I had to drive up there. I don't lose my wallet as often now. I don't think.
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I lost it quite a bit then. But yeah, we went and did that. We went to the fair. We did a couple rides together. Ferris wheel.
Of course.
The swings. I think we did the swings.
We did the swings, and you took a bajillion photos.
Yeah. I love taking photos. So yeah, we did all that. Was that the same weekend we went to that photography thing?
Photography thing?
The wedding photography thing?
Oh, no. That was
time.
Closer to when we
got
engaged.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
So we were already, like, together at that point.
Okay,
so
I'll go back a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, we went, had a good weekend, and then we came home or came back to our apartments in Camden.
Yeah.
And then we, I guess we hung out a little bit. We took photos, did pumpkin carvings, just, kind of being, dating, cutesy dating or whatever. And so I went to Subway. I'm going to change the story a little bit. I went to Subway pretty much every single day for lunch, sometimes for supper too. And those people knew me. And was it that year that I dressed up like a zombie?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I dressed up like a zombie. They thought it was hilarious. I ate my sandwich with a zombie. More photos. Woo! And then we kind of, those people really liked me, and I like going there and hanging out all the time. But I took Jessica to Subway like a couple times, I think.
Actually, no. You and Clint used to go every day, and I didn't have a lot of money, and they would be like, hey, do you want to go to Subway? And I'm like, I don't have the money to go to Subway, sorry. And they were like, no, we'll buy you a sandwich. Yeah, and I was like,
okay, let me stop right there. She had cans of like green beans or something underneath her bed, and that's all she would eat.
I had other...
Okay, pinto beans.
I was a penny pincher, and we didn't get our, I was there on a scholarship, and I had extra scholarships that I would get paid, but during that time, SAU Tech didn't let you have your scholarship money until, like, halfway through or a little later through the year, and I didn't want to have a job because I didn't try to get a job at first because I was like, I'm going to have scholarship money, and I want to focus on, like, the experience.
Yeah.
And so I just lived off of, like, $50 a month until I got that scholarship money.
I couldn't have that.
Like, have hot dogs and green beans and corn dogs.
Yeah, well, I spoiled her. And
before we were even, like, dating.
Yeah, so one time we went to the Subway. I think this time it was just me and you. Clint went with us a lot of times. But it was just me and you. And then they said, who is this? Is this your girlfriend? And I looked over at her and I was like, yeah. And Jessica goes, oh my God! Oh my God!
That was the funniest thing that we took a picture of me, or you took a picture of me that day, and you could see it in my eyes, like how happy I was that he said that. It was so funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's when we became boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, it was, I don't know. I liked how it was, like, really natural and wasn't forced. Like, all my girlfriends before that, it was like, all right, like you, I want you to be my girlfriend, you know? Mm-hmm. And this was just like, we're just hanging out, having fun or whatever, and it led into that.
Yeah.
Which I really liked.
Very natural.
Yeah.
There wasn't pressure.
No.
And it was very, like, playful, and I don't know, it kind of felt like a movie. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had, been dating, I guess, for a little while. In school, we would kind of hide it quite a bit. We didn't want people to know, which was obvious after a little while.
Yeah.
People would be walking, usually, so because I was such a big-headed guy, I would lead the pack. I would stand in the front of the line if we did anything, like, okay, let's go do this, But then, as we started, dating and stuff, we'll be like sneaky. We'll just wait in the back of the line, hold each other's hands. No one knows what we're doing. And then when they look, I'm just like, nothing's happening. So, yeah, they caught on pretty quick, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever we finally said that we were dating, like, out loud, everybody, their reaction was always like, I knew it. Why didn't you do it sooner? Like, y'all are meant to be together. And we're like, whoa. What do you mean? How long have you thought this? And they would be like, well, we thought this last semester or whatever. And we're like, wait, really?
No.
Like, he had a girlfriend, I had a boyfriend. Like, we weren't interested in each other at that point in time.
Yeah.
Not more than friends. And we were very surprised that everybody seemed to be planning it.
Yeah. I'm just a really friendly guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then Christmas came along.
Oh, yeah. So this is only like a couple months, into our relationship. And during Christmas time, I decided, or Calvin just invited me over to his mom's house.
I think it wasn't like Christmas Day. It was like a couple days before. Which my mom, she loves Christmas.
And I do too.
Yeah.
So.
And I told Mom, I was like, hey, I'm just going to bring Jessica over, a couple days before Christmas so she can hang out with us. And my mom's like, all right, guess we're moving Christmas.
Oh, yeah. She, bought me so many presents. Yeah. I was spoiled, and they had a specific Christmas party just so I could open presents by myself, nobody else in the family.
Yeah, and I had grandparents come over.
Yeah, she invited their grandparents, and everybody was invited, and I'm just sitting there opening presents while everybody's watching.
Yeah.
It was super sweet. I loved it so much. It wasn't as awkward as it sounds when you tell the story, but I loved it. I felt super special.
Yeah. You already felt like part of the family.
Oh, yeah.
I
was a part of the family. If we wouldn't have made it, I probably would have been replacing you.
Oh, yeah. I think my mom said something about that. It's like, can we keep her? And if something happens, no. So I had no choice at that point, I guess.
You did.
Yeah.
But...
Well, yeah, everything, my mom just loves Christmas and made her feel really at home. So, I think that Christmas break we had, we hung out quite a bit, didn't we?
Oh, we hung out almost the whole time. I went, you brought me to my dad's house, and I went there for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and I couldn't stand being away from him any longer, and you came back and picked me up.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Your mom, I just slept on the couch at his mom's house.
Yeah.
We did all kinds of Christmas stuff and New Year's and all that stuff.
My brother's birthday. And stuff
his brother's birthday.
Yeah. Then we went back to school, and then I think like a couple weeks later, we went. Well, I guess it wasn't a couple weeks later.
It was like February. When we went back to your mom's house.
Yeah, like beginning of February sometime.
Yeah.
And I guess that's when we went to the photo thing.
Oh, no, that was the end of January.
End of January.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went back to my mom's house, hung out there for a little bit.
Just to see her.
See her, say hi. And then I was really into like photography quite a bit. I was also like dabbling in wedding photography. I had done a couple photo shoots during my time in school. And there was this conference. It was convention.
A bridal convention.
Yeah.
So brides would come in to like meet with vendors,
yeah.
And there was a lot of photographers basically.
Yeah, I mainly wanted to go to like scope out, other photographers, see what kind of stuff they're doing, kind of learn a little bit. And we decided that we're going to pretend like we're a couple going to get married, just so I can scope out the photographers, see what kind of packages they had, kind of go undercover and, try all that out. But we went and we hung out there and we got a couple photos taken. I met a couple photographers, which I later went to some photo meetups with them too.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever recognized me from that. Maybe if they looked through their photos one day. I don't know. We're together anyway, so they probably thought that's what was going on.
Yeah.
But, so we went, hung out there, and, took a couple photos together.
Oh, they had photo booths.
Yeah.
Not all the photographers, but a lot of photographers had photo booths where either they would have photo strips, or they would put their photos on online so we could get them later on. And there were a couple that were like, so when's the big day? And we're like, we haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
And so we signed up for this contest, which, what were we thinking? But we signed up for this contest where they would take our engagement session or something like that for free, and you had to put your date on a piece of paper. We just did a question mark. Oh, yeah.
I wonder if we have those photos somewhere.
Oh, I think I do.
Okay.
Maybe.
If we can find them, we'll put them up there too, so you can see those. Those are fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did that, and I think by taking Jessica to that really solidified things.
Wedding fever?
Oh my gosh.
We had only been together for 3 months, officially.
Yeah. Yeah, everything was moving. It seems so fast looking back on it, but it just felt so right.
Yeah,
at the
it felt
time.
natural.
Which, also in Arkansas, everyone gets married super young anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just felt good. It felt right. And then I think a couple weeks later, we went back to go visit my mom again one weekend. And
before Valentine's Day.
Right before Valentine's Day. And out of nowhere, which, school, that was our last semester.
Oh, yeah.
And we were going to be, finding a place to work and all that kind of stuff. And my mom just out of nowhere was like, so are y'all getting married?
We were in her truck, remember, with your sister and brother?
Yeah.
And she's just very nonchalant. She's like, so are y'all thinking about getting married? And I'm just like,
And I'm like, what are you doing right now? What? No, I wasn't thinking about it, but now that you bring all this up, like, what? So we make it back home, and then I think the story just drops right there. Or like, okay,
Oh no, your mom! You went and talked to your mom.
Well,
in private.
later on, yeah. But like her bringing it up.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
we didn't really say anything.
But yeah, like I think we were writing it together again, me and my mom, for some reason. Don't know why you weren't there. Maybe we went to go do something.
I think she like wanted to be alone with you.
Oh my gosh, my mom is like planting seeds, making it super obvious what she's doing. Love you, Mom. But yeah, so she's like, "Are you thinking about getting married?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. Maybe like I understand." Which back home, everyone's like, church is a really big thing. You don't live with anybody beforehand, and then and then and all that. So I was like, yeah, you know what? It'd be better if we got married, I guess. So I started thinking about it. It's like, okay, we can get married. I really do like her. Everything's going good. We're like super happy. Everything was good. And I was like, maybe. Yeah, you know what? I might. And I think it was still that weekend. And Mom's like, I can help you out if you need help, like getting a ring or something. I was like, well, I can get it. And she's like, well, let me help you out. And she gave me a little bit to go, find something. And I think I told Jessica, it's like, hey, let's go to the mall or something.
You and your brother went Valentine's Day shopping for his girlfriend earlier that day.
Oh, you didn't go with me.
No, I hung out with your mom at home while y'all went Valentine's Day shopping, and I was like, ooh, he's gonna get me a present too.
Yeah.
Obviously, I just thought, something cute, whatever.
So me and my brother go to the mall. And I'm looking at every ring shop that there is.
Wait, so he knew?
Oh, yeah, he knew.
Obviously, I guess.
Yeah. And I was looking around, and I just couldn't find anything that I liked. For one, there was just not something that kind of stood out to me. And then also, I'm like super tight. And I was just like, I don't want to buy any of these things. Kind of expensive. But also, I was just like, I just don't feel right about any of them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I can't find anything. I'll just look some other time. And then we come home. And then I guess the next day or the same day or something, I was like, I need to go shopping. And you wanted to go somewhere.
Oh, I wanted to stop at Walgreens because I honestly don't remember exactly why I wanted to stop. But we were going to be on our way home back to Camden, remember?
Did we go to Kmart beforehand?
No.
Okay. Me and my brother must have.
Yeah,
probably. I literally went to like every jewelry store I could find and just looked. And Kmart, this sounds terrible. I don't know why I chose Kmart. But I went to Kmart and they had these deals going on. And I was like just looking at the rings a little bit, and I found one that I actually liked. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and it came with the wedding band and the engagement ring. But I really liked it. And then I went and looked at the price, and it was like, I don't remember how much.
Wasn't it like $1,200? Because the tag was still on it whenever they gave it to me.
It was $1,200, but for some reason they were doing some kind of sell. And it only cost me like $800 or something like that for both those. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like even a great price and stuff like that, which, probably, I don't know if the quality is any good.
I mean, I still have them and they still look new, basically. Yeah. I love them.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, they're great. I don't think that a wedding ring, personally, I don't think it matters a whole lot. I'm not even wearing my wedding ring right now.
The one I got him, well, he helped me pick it out because I knew he's like kind of picky, and he would have loved anything I got, but I wanted him to like love it. And so he helped me pick it out, and it was like it was titanium, and it's super heavy, and he types all day, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. But anyway, we got her a ring, and then we went.
No,
I
picked it out.
I picked it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now. We you were like, I need to go to Walgreens. I said, okay. I dropped you off there.
Which is funny. The Walgreens I wanted to go to was literally really close to Kmart.
And I was like, okay, I actually need to go grab something real quick, so I might be a second. And so I left, and I sat in the parking lot, and I called her dad, and I said, hey, this is what I'm wanting to do.
Another Southern tradition, right?
Yeah. Actually, I tried to call him beforehand. He didn't answer. We were walking around Little Rock, and he called. Do you remember this? And he's like, hey, what'd you want? I seen that somebody called. And you're like, oh, nothing. I don't know. And I was like...
He called me?
He called you. And I'm like, he's like, it looked like Calvin called. I was like, I didn't call. I don't know what he's talking about. Hey, whatever.
I was just like, I don't know, Dad, whatever.
So, anyway, in the Kmart parking lot, I called him again. And I said, hey, this is what I want to do. I hope this is okay. And this is before I bought anything. And I just wanted to, like, get his permission and stuff like that. He's like, well, if you're man enough to ask me, you're man enough to marry my daughter. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I got the phone, ran inside. Luckily, it was still there, and I bought it. And then I went and picked up Jessica. And I think you had just finished.
Oh, yeah. I got really distracted because Valentine's Day was like 2 or 3 days away.
Were you picking out a card?
Yeah, I was picking out a card.
Oh, okay, of course.
And I was picking out a card, and then I seen some other stuff. I was like, maybe I can get him some presents. I'm like, Walgreens, but I got him some, like, gag gifts. Not really gag gifts, but just something to be kind of cute and fun.
Yeah.
It's like cute little boxers that were,
Yeah.
Nothing big, though. It was our first Valentine's Day.
Yeah, well, then, so I think Valentine's Day was like a couple days, like that Thursday or something, if I remember right. And we went back to the school. We had school a couple days. And then like Wednesday night, the night before Valentine's Day, I had like already started planning stuff. My roommate was going to cook us a meal. I had a drawing that I was going to make. Mm-hmm. A drawing of, the night we painted each other's faces. So I had that planned out. I'm like working on some Photoshop stuff, just being kind of cutesy. And then Jessica calls me and she's so upset. And then I go over to her apartment and she's crying. She's like, your mom brought up that, or I don't know what's going to happen between us. School's almost over. And I know you don't want to live together before that and all this stuff. And it's like, I don't know what's going on. Are we going to break up? And I'm like, what are you doing? She was like, it's not going to work out. So let's just break up now. And I was like,
did I say that?
You were acting like that. And I'm like, can you just wait a day?
He didn't say wait a day, but you were like, just wait.
And just see what happens.
Just see what happens.
Things will work out. You just gotta trust it,
But I have really bad anxiety, and once somebody once somebody plants a seed that something could go wrong, like the next day, it's like the end of the world. Like I'm like, this is all gonna go wrong, which we'll save it for another day. But I take medicine for that now.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, so I was like, okay, just calm down. Everything's gonna be okay. Go to sleep. Everything's fine. And let's just, just let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, you crazy girl. That should have been a red flag from the start,
Calvin Bramlett.
Gosh. Jeez. She's crazy. No, everything's good. So, the next day rolls around. I tell her I have to work. Because I was working at Lockheed Martin through the school program thing. And I told her, okay, I have to work, but I'll be off at this time. And that gave me like 4 or 5 hours between when we got out of school to when we were going to meet up. And I told her, wear something nice. We're going to go out to eat. I'm going to go take you out to eat. We're going to have a good Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. And so I told her all that. And meanwhile, I'm in my apartment I'm cleaning it real nice. And then I set up a backdrop that I had. My roommate, who likes to cook, made us a really nice meal. And, he kind of just let me have the apartment. He was really nice about that. And then I'm pretty sure he knew what was going on. I think so. Oh, yeah. He definitely did.
He definitely did.
He definitely did. So, I had that. And then I think I got the picture that I drew and framed it and put it in, the entranceway. So when you walk in, that's the first thing you see.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I had everything ready. And
I was like, what is taking him so long? Because he was like, oh, we're going to get together at like 6 or something.
And I told her I still had to get ready, which at that point, the time I was going to meet her, I was like, I still need to like take a shower and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't want to go over there, but like,
yeah.
Let me text him, see what's going on. He wasn't replying. It was very nerve-wracking for me.
Stressed.
I was like, is he standing me up on our dinner date?
No. Well, anyway, I was like, all right, I'm going to head over there in a second. So I go over there, and then I like pick her up, and then we start walking to my apartment where my truck was. And I was like, oh man, I need to grab something real quick. You want to come in? And luckily she said yes.
I'll just wait outside.
Yeah, of course. Like, no, come in. So
I insist.
I opened the door and let her walk in first. And so she's seen that all the furniture was moved to a corner. And then there was a backdrop, separating the room. And she's like, what is going on in here? And then she noticed the drawing and was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I think I had rose petals on the ground too, or something like that.
I was so confused.
Candles on the table. And then we went over there and I was like, we're going to have dinner here. We sat down and we ate. And then I was like, okay, I have another idea. We're going to take some photos together. And then I had a remote for my camera. So we just started taking goofy photos. And I picked her up, took a couple photos like that. And then I get on one knee. I pull the ring in my pocket as I'm taking photos constantly. And then I open it up and get her like reaction.
You're the master of surprises.
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad that I was able to do that and capture those videos or those photos.
That's how it all started.
Yeah, that's how it all started. Yeah. And that's our beginning right there. And I guess we're gonna stop right there.
7 years later, we're still going.
Yeah, we're going. Everything's good.
Yeah.
We got plenty of stories to share too. We're no longer in Arkansas. We live in Long Beach, California now. You can't really tell from the background, but that's where we're at now. And we got plenty of stories, like I said, and we're excited to share them. But yeah, if you like this video, or I guess the podcast, it's so weird doing a podcast, but it's a podcast. It's mainly video for us, but we're going to have it on, iTunes, Spotify, just anywhere that you listen to podcasts. You can hear it. Hopefully it sounds pretty good. We're trying this out and seeing if everything sounds good. So yeah. And then also subscribe on YouTube. We're going to have our YouTube channel. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions on things we should talk about, we have an email, podcast@calvinandjessica.com, that you can email us at.
Or you can leave us a comment on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah.
But if you're listening on a podcast, that's the way to reach us, I guess. But yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. We had a lot of fun. At least I did, recording this. And we hope everything turned out okay.
Yeah. So, we're going to be putting this up every Sunday.
Trying to.
Yeah, definitely. And if you are on YouTube, make sure that when you subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Hit that notification bell.
Yes.
Yeah, get notified. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. This was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. We planned for this to be a 30-minute podcast because our camera can only record 30 minutes. But things happen. Great stories were told. And I hope you enjoyed it.
Maybe we'll just keep it.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too. All right. Thanks for enjoying, and we'll catch you guys next week. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.